can do to get people moving and grooving immediately using that system, and then some other little tips and tricks and things like that. Sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys woke up. Oh, something. Let's get insert. So, thank you. This is my person right here. We are friends. We are now homies for life. So, this whole system basically is where you would add somebody into a group. I know you guys are all familiar with it. You might hear about it a little bit more from some other people this evening. And I love that. I think it's amazing that we're all inside of our own businesses taking this system and blasting the amazing profession of network marketing across the globe. I mean, like, serious props to all of you, because I think that the entry level of least resistance is going to be the most powerful. So, inside of these groups, immediately engaging somebody with what I love, which is a checklist. Anybody do checklists? Hopefully you have something immediately. Cool, so I'm going to give you a little tip and trick. Just so you know, new on Facebook, social media, Jessie Lee Guru is going to teach you a little trick. If you have a group, does everyone have a group? Anyone have a group for their team, for their customers, for their prospects, for something? Change the setting on your group. Go under settings. You can do, I don't even care if you do it now. You can take your phone out, check your volume for the day, do whatever you need to do. Go under there and turn it into I forget the exact word of it, but it's a social platform where you can turn it into a group that's a social learning. Social learning, write it down. Seriously, do it, I'm telling you right now. Social learning group. When you turn it into a social learning group, you have the ability to do something called create units. Okay? Have you ever noticed that Facebook groups are kind of super disorganized? It kind of frustrates some of you who are really analytical and you're like, this can't possibly duplicate because I'm tagging people in 640 different things and everybody's going all over the place. Yeah? So these units, you can create actual training modules on Facebook for free $99, which is like my favorite price point. Okay. So you go and you build these little training modules. You can do it for maybe a new starter checklist. Maybe you can do it for advertising tips. Maybe you can do it for, online marketing tips. Maybe you can do it for recruiting tactics. Maybe you can do it for marketing strategies. Maybe you can do it for product knowledge. But there are these little checklists inside checklists. Does this kind of make sense so far? We're all like, kind of cool. So anything you've uploaded into the group, it's not too late. Okay? So inside that group, you can actually take it and you can organize everything. So on our team, not only do you get a new starter checklist, but then you are immediately prompted exactly which groups to add people to. Here's your scripts. Imagine that new person I talked about a couple minutes ago. The new scared person. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. I joined some company. I don't really know what I'm doing. If all of a sudden you said, here's all you need to know. Just do these few things. And just go over to this group right here. You're going to see the unit that says, get started. Just follow it. Does that kind of like take some like, oh my gosh. For some of you? Wait, let me one-up it for you. Okay, here's how it gets really exciting. So you as the leader, because we're all leaders in here, right? Yeah. You as the leader, you can see how much they complete, guys. Hello? I'm like super stalker upline. Okay. Don't tell me you're not making money because I can see what you did. Just me. Okay. All right. I'm a little bit of a control freak about all things in life. And so I love that. I love to get on there and I can say, if somebody says, I just don't understand, how do I possibly do whatever? I'm like, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, Jeff Roberti, okay? The reason you're struggling, just kidding. Okay, the reason you're struggling is because right here, there's this amazing new promoter training video. It's new promoter A through Z, and I can see you haven't watched it yet. Can you do me a favor and check out that video really quickly? Give me maybe 5 key takeaways. I'd love to answer your questions afterwards. Okay? And you can do that with all of it. So that if somebody messages you and says, gosh, I'm really struggling with attraction marketing, Jessie Lee, you're so good at it on social media, all I want to do is watch you and find out what your life is and like where you're going, and apparently you're low on jet planes now, and you said you build online, you liar. I'm a little high-tech, high-touch these days. But anyway, so same thing, you can say, oh gosh, I've got a great training module for you. If you click on the unit section, you're going to see a whole training on it. Super cool, it costs you nothing, guys. And it's all content you probably already have in the groups, but it's just kind of all over the place right now. Yeah? Okay, new thing that just came out today, Jimmy. I'm so excited about it. Okay. So I just found this like an hour ago. I'm very excited about it. So one of our groups for our whole ad tag message system is a group where it's where prospects go to live, okay? So we do opportunity events in there every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Different leaders come in and tell their story. We have the compensation plan updated. We have all the people with their free new wrapped cars in there. So cool. It's a very high engaging group. It helps close a ton of promoters. It's fantastic. But now what you can do is you can actually click and you can sort into types. Has anyone seen this yet on Facebook? I'm so excited to give this to you. Okay, so no one's seen it yet. Literally go to whatever groups you're in, like as soon as I'm done, because we don't want to be rude, okay? Right? But if you go in any of these groups, you can actually sort by types. So then, when you give your team members homework, which I'll tell you about in a minute here to help you drive some volume in your business, you can actually sort by anything. So I'll tell you, our group, our prospect group has 3 different types of things. We have a type category of recognition, a type category of welcome, and a type category of just information, opportunity. It says opportunity. So you, as the leader, you can go through and just put type, category, 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 and sort and sift. So if somebody's like, are people really joining this network marketing thing? Like, is this even a thing? Like, I don't even know. You can actually direct them right to that type. It's just called a type, right? And they can go, social proof, right? So I'm excited that Mark Zuckerberg has like stopped, blocking me from doing things because he was getting a little irritating there for a while. And so this is really beneficial. I hope it helps you guys out. Okay, so homework assignments. Does anyone want to know about these? Okay, I talk about these on my Facebook Live sometimes, and it's my most it's my most asked about thing. And I'll tell you my philosophy behind it. So like my philosophy in business is find the average person and make them above average, okay? And then my philosophy on network marketing is that people think they're entrepreneurs. No one else, no. Okay? Like they sign up for a business and then like what percentage of people actually do something without you being like, come on little guy, let's go. Right? Right? So I think it's something like 5% of people are entrepreneurs naturally, right? Isn't that the statistic we hear a lot? Yeah? Okay, so if 5% of people are entrepreneurs and you have all these people in your organization, it's probably safe to say, 5% of these people, maybe 10%, right, are entrepreneurs actually, self-starters. Like, look at your organization, guys, 80-20 rule, right? These people are not self-starting, on average, most people. So, for me, I kind of thought for myself, I'm like, all right, I'm a little blue, can you tell? Very red. Very red. But it's actually kind of like my superpower, because I'll have these creative ideas, and then I just implement right away. So my whole thought process behind these homework assignments was, okay, if only 5% of this organization are actually self-starters, are actually entrepreneurs, are actually going to do this on their own, are actually going to lead themselves, are actually going to show up to events, are actually going to do the things they need to do to make the money they tell me they want to make, well then what would be the solution? Well, the solution would be exactly what happens when you are an employee and you go to work, right? What happens when you go to work, guys? You show up to work, you have the pile of to-dos on your desk, you know exactly what you need to do. The boss says, hey, you can't leave until you do da-da-da-da-da, don't clock out till you're done da-da-da-da-da, your salary doesn't get paid unless you do da-da-da-da-da. Logical, right? Okay? So you know what activities your team needs to do to go into momentum, right? You know they need to prospect, you know they need to, follow up, you know they need to reach out to people, you know they need to set DMOs, you know exactly what they need to do. So, and hopefully you do it every day too, right? Personal development, all these things. Well, what if you told them what to do each day, right? And if you're the leader who's actually leading yourself, this should not be hard. So when leaders message me and they go, Jessie Lee, please tell me your homework assignments, I'm like, bro, hello? Anybody home? Like, I don't know if you know, but did you personally develop today? Because I don't know about you, but I listened to 4 podcasts already today, so I already know exactly what podcast I would want our team to listen to. Make sense? Okay, so give that to your team. Say, listen to this podcast, it's 45 minutes long, listen to it on 1.5 speed, and listen to my podcast, because that's like, you might get nothing out of it. Okay, but I teach them, right? I'm like, listen to it on 1.5 speed, I want 5 key takeaways, tell me how you're going to implement these sales tactics from this podcast into your life. Right? And then I want you to go into our prospecting group and I want you to comment on 10 new welcome posts. Go to the type, scroll down, right? You follow? Okay? Scroll down. They don't have to go all over the place anymore. Welcome 10 new people so people feel welcome. They feel the sense of community. They're like, holy moly, I want to be here. These people like each other. Right? And then maybe something like, message or comment on 10 people's posts in your timeline. Teach them how to maybe download their Facebook friends list, right? Some of you are like, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Okay? If you don't know how, you start at A. Start with Aaron. Aaron. Start with the Aaron. Sorry, just go down the alphabet, okay? Is there an Aaron over here? Is that why we're laughing? Okay, good. So, go down the list. Teach them to talk to people. Teach them to engage with people. Teach them how to ask probing questions with people. Give them homework assignments every single day so that they build the confidence in their business to know what they need to do. Does this make sense? Yeah. So then they're not floundering around like, and I got a product, okay? Then they're actually talking to people. Teach them, hey, today's homework assignment is, read this little passage, or here's a website with 50 Motivational Monday quotes. I want you to grab a quote, take a selfie, use the self-timer because your blurry selfies are doing you no help on social media. Okay. Every phone that's past like 1990 is a self-timer, y'all. I don't know why some of these selfies are still blurry. Good lighting, come on.
Right.
On the floor. Okay. People are like, who's your photographer, Jessie Lee? I'm like, oh, that's me, myself, and I. Self-timer, teach them these things. Okay, so homework today. Here's 50 Motivational Monday quotes on this amazing website. Grab whichever one shouts out to you. Post on your timeline with a picture of you in a power pose. Right? How much would that help people on your team who are like, I have nothing to post, I'm the most boring human on planet Earth, Jessie Lee, you don't understand. Right? Teach them to tell their story. Hopefully you guys have experiential products that people can have an experience with. That's what experiential means. Hello. Okay? And teach them to do these things. They'll start building a business unintentionally, which is the coolest part of all. I love that we have an organization where people go, I didn't mean to join your team, Jessie Lee. I didn't mean to, but then you posted something about posted before and after, make sure you write a story like this, and you taught us this website that showed people how to write good copy, and then so I wrote good copy, and next thing you know, I've got 50 new customers, and I don't really know what happened, but then I have all this money, and now I'm building a business. What is happening? I'm like, oh my gosh, what positive problem. Right? But they don't look at you weird. They're not like, oh, well, that's like you're being kind of pushy. They don't think anything like that because they don't have to do it. I'm not punishing anybody, but I do recommend incentivizing them. So for us, like I said, we just hit this huge, gigantic rank just yesterday morning in our company and super fired up about it. And they knew that not only when we hit the rank were we going to have a huge feast, but but I told them, we want to hit this rank together because we're going to take a huge team retreat. And every day that you do a homework assignment, you're going to get a point towards it. So have an assistant or do it yourself. Get an Excel sheet, and every single time someone does the homework assignment and comments on it by midnight, because you can turn off commenting. Do you guys know that? So on any post in any group and on your timeline, whenever you don't want commenting to happen anymore, you can literally click on the top right thing, there's a little down button, click turn off commenting. So you can turn off commenting at midnight on the dot, you can tally up those numbers, and you can send your people on a trip. And then when you want to drive volume, like I like to drive some volume. Okay. So when you want to drive volume, maybe there's a sale, maybe something flashes, maybe something, who knows, whatever, I do not care. But whatever they do, you can say, hey, every time you close a or every time you close a new flavor, or every time you close a new skincare set, or a new hair, whatever, I don't know what y'all sell all things, you'll get a bonus point. So make sure you brag here. Does that make sense to you guys? Like bragging? No? Okay, so let's talk about bragging. Bragging is so huge, yeah? People like to be seen, especially if you have your moons in Leo. So people like to be seen, they like to be heard, and we forget sometimes that not everybody is in this profession to make the kind of money we make. Right? A lot of us are very, very blessed to make incomes in a month that people do not make in years. Okay? And that's okay. And I think we forget that sometimes. I think sometimes we forget that not everybody joined us for the same reason we did. Not everybody wants just to make money. Not everybody wants to win the trip. Sometimes people just want to be seen, want to be heard, want to be appreciated, want to say, hey, oh my gosh, I love seeing you at events. It's so good to see you. People just want hugs. And if you have crazy energy like me, my hugs are really good. So give me all the hugs. Okay? But anyway, so for me, I love brag posts. Get on Word Swag. It's like $2.99 in your app store, okay? And then your images don't look hideous, right? So get on Word Swag or get on Canva, C-A-N-V-A, or Word Swag. They're both apps on your phone. And make little posts. Anytime, maybe, like I said, a new flavor flashes or a new product flashes, or you're driving volume for the end of the month, okay? These kinds of things, you can just say brag below. And then you as a leader or get an assistant can just click like every time somebody says, close the box, close to this, got to that, da-da-da-da-da. right? And those people will go just for that little recognition. Maybe they make $10, but sometimes it's just that acknowledgement from you. We forget sometimes that you are these people's idols, right? They joined you. I don't care if it's you have one recruit. That person chose you. They didn't choose me, right? So they just want to be seen. They just want to be heard, right? So I love that. I love that. I love that. And I honestly could probably be up here for 7 days straight because I like to ramble, but I'm not allowed to ramble for 7 days straight. But I will tell you that social media has completely changed everything. And the key to it is, again, you've got to be high tech in 2018, but you need to be high touch. You've got to love your people. You need to take the time to actually get to know them. It blows my mind when big leaders don't know who's producing on their organization. It is not hard to go on somebody's Facebook timeline, scroll down their newsfeed. I call it the 2-week scroll. Okay, scroll down 2 weeks, see what's going on in their life. See how their babies are doing, see how the husband's doing, see how the wife's doing, see how the house is doing, see how the trips are going, whatever, and get very high touch with them so that when you do meet them, they feel your heart. Because I'm telling you, if you want to make an impact in this profession and in this world and in your life, you've got to love people. I can teach you all the things in the world about social media, but what it comes right down to is that the most successful people in the world will be the ones who pour into one another. And so, I really believe that. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have an amazing weekend. I'm fired up to be here with all of you. Take some of those things, make all the